Welcome back. We are set. Game three of the International Cup. Your SDP Premier Team taking on the 2015 Hometown Elite. SDP coming into the game 1-1, having beaten the Junior Herd this morning. Hometown is 1-0-1. They beat the Junior Herd and tied the Dusty Tukes. SDP has to win to play for the championship. A tie or a loss gets them into the third place game. The big battle here in St. Louis Park. We are getting ready for a puck drop as the boys break the huddle and head to center ice. Starting for SDP, Magnuson, Kohler, Pillsbury, Paskey, Campa. In net as always, Crosby. And we will get ready for opening face-off. I'm hoping that we get a good stream here as the Wi-Fi at this part of the building is not very good. But we are ready to go. We're waiting for the ref to hop back on the ice. Face-off down, controlled by Hometown, grabbed by Tampa as that's broken up there at center ice. Pillsbury comes back on the back check. Hometown sends it all the way in. Paskey grabs it for SDP. Up to Pillsbury. He sends it all the way out. No icing is the call as that's chased down by Kohler. Kohler battling for it. Pillsbury behind the net. Pillsbury sends it up top. Paskey's shot. That gets hit into the corner. Magnuson steals. Magnuson comes back. Magnuson shoots low shot, rebound loose. Can't be cleared. Tipped by Pillsbury and the Campa shot. Another backhand by Magnuson. And Magnuson jumps it and he scores! Noah Magnuson, I'm not really sure. They're all hugging each other. I think maybe Pillsbury gets it. He's celebrating like he does. So we're going to say Pillsbury gets it on the board from Magnuson and Campa. And SDP takes the 1-0 lead, 57 seconds in. Sorensen, Gill, Esser step on the ice for SDP. Down to Kim. Kim over to Rath. Rath sends it up. No icing. Pursued by Sorensen behind the net. Esser puts pressure. Gill flies over. He breaks it up. Sorensen coming in. An aggressive forecheck for SDP as Hometown struggling to get it out. They finally do. And then tied back up at center ice. Esser battles for it. Sorensen kicks it to himself. Takes the long shot. Goes wide. Gill grabs it. Up the boards. Kim pinches low. He shovels it into the corner. Held in by Kim. He takes the shot. Loose pick, rebound. Gill crashes the net. Puck scoots out. Held in by Rath. Rath back down to Esser. Esser's shot blocked. Rath back down into the corner. All the way around. Max Matson on the ice. Up to Kim. Kim skates the blue line. Loose puck on that deflected shot. Goes into the corner. Max Matson spins around. It's in his skates. He gets it back. Matson, top slot. Takes the shot. Blocked. Scherber overskates it. Pressured by Matson. Hometown just clears it out. That will go for an icing. And we'll get a stoppage of play. 12:37 to go in period number one. So an aggressive forward check has kept a lot of the action the first 2.5 minutes down in the SDP zone as Matson, Scherber, Kruger hop on with Moan and Campa. Face-off controlled by Hometown. They're skating it out. Around Moan, they come in. Big shot, leg save by Crosby. Up to Kruger and then to Matson. Matson has it. He wheels around. It goes all the way through. Hometown collects. Broken up there by Moan. Tampa Back to Madsen. Off of his skate. Puck is loose at center ice. Gus flies in. Tries to tap it up. Broken up there. Stuck at center ice. Finally pushed all the way low. Soren Kampa gets there for SDP. He's pinned against the board. Madsen has it. He sends it all the way out. Just through Kruger. Back to Kampa. Kampa gets around one. Kampa carries. Dumps it down. All the way around. As is collected by Hometown. SDP goes for a change. As Kim hops on, he breaks it up in his skates. Now Kim has it. He has Kruger. Kim walks in. He takes a shot. Rebound. Loose. High stick will be the call as Kim tried to bat his own rebound down. And we'll have a face-off in the defensive zone. Pillsbury, Magnuson, Kohler step back on the ice. Paskey and Kim slide back to D. Lil join there. Battle with Paskey as he gets it tied up. Puck is loose to Kim. Kim flips it up to Magnuson. Magnuson chips it to Pillsbury. Pillsbury gets it around to Kohler. Kane Kohler comes in. Try to get it back to Magnuson. Hometown in transition. They come in with speed. Big bump there by Kim as it goes behind the net. Turns it over. As that puck is loose, that's flipped over Crosby. Kim trying to get it out of the zone. Kohler does. Send all the way down. No icing. Pillsbury in pursuit. He causes problems. Down low in the corner. Pillsbury jams at it. Magnuson tried to jam it low. Now it's at the half boards. Hometown retreats behind their goal. Kohler. He ties his player up. Pillsbury comes out with it. He flips it out to center. Loose puck still in skates. Puck is in Pillsbury skates. He has it on the back end. He flips it towards the net. Back up to Paskey. Paskey shot blocked. Hometown trying to get it out. Cleared away by Kim. Gets it through. Paskey, big stick there as he pushes it wide. And then another save by Paskey on the centering attempt. Finally, a bouncy puck to Crosby. He covers up. And we'll get a stoppage of play. 9:54 in period number 1. Sorensen lines up for the draw. Into the corner for Rath. Gill stumbles, has to get back up. Hometown gets it low again. Bouncing off the back of the net. Up the boards. Teddy Gill fires it just out of Esser's reach. He's going to chase it down. Eli Esser putting pressure. Gill comes in. Bouncing puck, Sorensen knocks it out of the air to Rath. Rath shot, blocked, gets it again. Another shot, down low. Puck is still loose. Rath steps up. Rath walks in. Right there, and just wide for Esser. He saw the back door open, and he went for the pass. Rath sends it down, rims it all the way around. Sorensen bodies off the puck. Hometown goes for a change. There's a lot of players on. We're going to get an icing and a stoppage of play. Max Madsen lines up for the draw with Kruger and Scherber. Down into the corner, collected by Hometown. They go around the boards. Offside, and that's a whistle. Face off just outside the SDP zone. Max Madsen steps to the dot. Kampa and Paskey back on D. Puck is stuck in some skates. Scherber chips it up. Hometown grabs it. They go D to D. Off the boards. Into the zone. Pressured by Campa. Slides in by Paskey. He breaks it up. Up the boards. Hometown holds it in. Paskey gets it. SDP has some space as Paskey looks up. He gets it to Kruger. Stripped off of his stick. Paskey battles for it. Kruger has it again. Down into the corner, down into the zone. Hometown trying to regroup. Blocked there by Matson. Matson has it. Short side. High shot over the net. Campa tries to jam it in. Can't. Gets by him the second time. He spins around and sends it back for Kruger. Kruger flips it towards the net. Right to Matson. Matson's quick shot. And a save by the hometown goalie. And a stoppage of play. Magnuson steps up for the faceoff. Magnuson, Kohler, Pillsbury, Rapp, Kim. Wins it to Kim. Kim, long shot, deflected by Magnuson, just off the post. He got the goalie sliding, and it just went wide. Rapp steps up. He gets it through a couple of players, loses it, regains control. Cole Rapp over to Kohler. Kohler sends it deep. Chased after by Magnuson. Off of Kohler's skate. Rath comes in. Aggressive play as Kohler takes the shot. Goalie can't control off the glove. It goes into the corner. Rath chips it low for Kohler. Rath has it again. Pushing and shoving ensues as Pillsbury pursues. All the way around. Logan Kim flies in. Held in by Magnuson. He's tied up. Hometown can't clear. Pillsbury has it. Pillsbury tried to get it to Kim. As he battles for it, he regains control, sends it back into the zone. SDP clears. As Rath taps it back in, offside again, as Gill comes in off the bench. Hometown goes for a change. SDP has space. Logan Kim skates with it. He brings it up. Gets around. He gets tripped and taken out, and Logan Kim is down. He hit his head hard on the ice. And we will get a stoppage of play as they tend to Kim. Kim able to get up under his own power. They will likely have the EMT just give him a test, but he got his feet taken out from him on a missed tripping call and slammed hard onto the ice. So he heads to the bench and will get a face-off just outside the hometown zone. Caleb Sorensen lines up for the face-off. Sorensen over to Moan. Moan to Esser. Esser, he takes the shot. That goes high over the glove. Down low for Gill. Sorensen sends it into the corner. Behind the net. Campa keeps it in. Hometown struggling to get it out as Gill pressures in his skates. Gill battles for it. Gets it up to Moan. He got it over to Sorensen. Sorensen sent it to Campa. And finally, Hometown gets it out, but a great back check by Gill as he's able to grab it. Gill carries it up. Gill brings it in. His shot, high save by the hometown goalie. Esser flies in and he gets hit late. And I think are we gonna get a penalty? Let's find out. So Esser took it. So Esser took a hard hit. They are sending Hometown to the box. So I apologize for the drop in stream. We are back, and hopefully it won't be too frequent. But Hometown goes for cross-checking, and it's a power play opportunity for SDP. Hometown is arguing they don't like the call. We need to keep the game moving. So Matson lines up. We need Hometown to drop the argument and get the game going again. Matson in the skates. Hometown has it. They rip it all the way around. Logan Kim back on the ice. Good sign for him as he gets it over to Paskey. Paskey cuts through. He tries to send it. He gets it blocked. Paskey gets it down to Scherber. Scherber to Kruger. Kruger behind the net. Kruger looking for some space. Kruger over to Matson. Matson poked off his stick. Back down to Kruger. Kruger. He cuts through. Karsten, look for the shot, flips it. Loose puck. Matson slams it home, and Matson scores! Max Matson gets the goal, and it's a 2-0 lead for SDP. Matson from Kruger at 4:43. Power plays and special teams has been the name of the game for SDP this after today. Well, I think that's the 5th special teams goal of the day. Magnuson pushes it over to, oh, big hit. That's head contact. And we're going to see what they call. Pillsbury goes down, and we got head contact. That was straight 2 fits right to it. Let's see what the ref says. And he's just going to go for roughing. But that was head contact, and you got to get refs. They're gonna protect the players and make those calls. But a careless play by Hometown leads to another power play opportunity for SDP. Magnuson, Pillsbury, Kohler stay on with Paskey and Kim. In the skates, loose puck down in the corner, up the boards. Kim sends it over to Magnuson. Magnuson to Paskey. Paskey walks it in. Shot. That goes wide. Kim grabs it. He's circling around. Knocks off his stick. And Hometown has a rush. Paskey flies in. Can't get there. Pillsbury does on a back check, and he's able to break it up as Pillsbury heads it up to Magnuson. And it goes through, and Magnuson pushes, and Magnuson has it. Magnuson comes in. Takes the shot loose off the goal line as Hometown clears. Kim takes the shot deflected. That goes wide. Hometown trying to get it out. Kim keeps it in for Paskey. Paskey walks it in. Tipped wide, just passed through Kohler. Up the boards to Kim. Kim shot. That goes wide, deflected in the corner. Hometown's able to clear it out. And a minute gone on the power play as Kim collects. Kim tried to get it out. It deflects off of a stick. Hometown sends it back low. Paskey jams at it. Gill battling for it. Paskey ties his player up. Gill comes out of the scrum. Up to Scherber. Magnuson. Gill battles for it. It's still in the zone. As some players get on for SDP, Sorensen has it. He bumps it off. That's chipped in. Grabbed by Kim. Kim tried to get it up. Hometown steals. Back through. 7 seconds on the penalty as Hometown looking to get it in. SDP trying to put some more pressure on as it's cleared back into the zone. Even strength, 2.5 to go. Moan over to Esser. Knocked off of a shin guard and back into the defensive zone as Hometown collects. They turn it up in transition. Cole Rath, he spins. Backhands it over out of the zone. Gill gets through. Gill now has it. Teddy Gill, he comes in. He shoots. Looks like it hit a post and went wide. Cole Rath holds it in. Bouncing puck to Gill. Gill, top of the circle, pushes it over. Sorensen, one-timer, and he just gets stuffed as Eli flies in. And a great pass by Gill set up the one-time opportunity, and SDP continues the pressure. 1:52 to go. As SDP sends out Madsen, Scherber, Kruger, Rath, and Moan to take the offensive zone draw. Madsen battles for down the corner. Up to Moan, just slips under his stick. He has to get out of the zone. He spins, sends it back, tipping around. Madsen is there, tipping it out. Hometown finally does. Moan back over to Madsen. Madsen kept it on side to Kruger. Into Kruger's body. He battles for it. Loose puck behind the net. Madsen. He's bumped off. Hometown carries it out. Pushed all the way through. Paskey tips it back up. Hometown overskates. Madsen can't get there as his stick is popped. And Paskey controlled. Back over to Scherber. Scherber up to center ice. Hometown gets it. Scherber stands up the blue line. Cole Rath has it. Rath to Kruger. Kruger brings it in. Under a minute to go. Up the boards. Madsen controls for SDP. Madsen tried to flip it out. Knocked down by Hometown. Collected by Kampa. Over to Scherber. Madsen gets around a couple. And it's sent back in. Stolen by Kampa. Kampa up to Madsen. Madsen has Kruger. Madsen on the back end. Sends it across. Stuffs it. Can't get there. Madsen in the corner. 25 seconds to go. Up the boards. Hometown looking to get it out. They do. Through their stick as Paskey has it. Paskey over to Kruger. Stuck at the blue line. Offside will be the call. And with 10 seconds on the clock, we'll get a face-off. Magnuson, Pillsbury, Kohler, Kampa, Paskey take this face-off with 10 seconds to go. Push forward. Hometown brings it in. Broken up by Kampa and then by Kohler. And that'll do it after one. SDP 2, Hometown nothing. We will be back for second period next. Buzzer sounds. We got to keep rolling. The buzzer's going, refs. Let's get going. Come on. We need to keep this game marching along. Sides are flipped. SDP going left to right now as Pillsbury, Magnuson, Kohler, Rath, and Kim start for SDP. Face off, push towards the SDP bench. Hometown looking to bring it in. They flip it all the way down into the zone. Logan Kim backhands it all the way over to Pillsbury. Pillsbury sends it up just out of reach. No icing as that floats into the Hometown zone. Chased by Kohler. Off the boards. Hometown brings it in. Centering pass stolen by Kim. Kim to Pillsbury. Pillsbury has it. He cuts through. Pillsbury on the backhand. He looks around, stops and starts, loses his edge, pops back up, tries to get it up, bouncing puck to Kim, deflected, and puck goes wide. Over to Kohler. Kohler down low, rips it all the way around. Logan Kim comes in. He can't hold the line, and now is chased after by Magnuson. Magnuson forces Hometown to dump it in, and Cole Rath collects. Cole Rath given a lane, stripped off of his stick. Magnuson can't get it, and Hometown sends it back low. Down for Kim. Hometown walks out with it. Pillsbury battles, and they're going to give a penalty on Pillsbury. He hits the stick, and Hometown falls, and so SDP goes on the penalty kill for the first time today. So a pretty ticky-tack call, but Pillsbury heads to the box, and now it's a penalty kill for SDP. Sorensen wins the draw. Gus Moan behind the net. He sends it out enough for Hometown to have to collect. Pressure by Sorensen. They send it back to Moan. Moan rips it all the way back down. Sorensen pressures for SDP. Loose puck. Scherber battles for it. Sorensen comes back. And we're going to get a penalty on Sorensen. So a hooking call on Sorensen. And for a minute 28, SDP will be down 2 men. So Matson will hop on for the face-off. Matson, and they're going to throw Kim out and replace it Campo. So Matson, Kim, Paskey start the 5-on-3. And we're going to get the face-off. Matson looking for the draw back to Paskey. Into the skates. Matson gets it. Matson has it. Pins against the boards. He's stuck behind the net. Puck is loose. All the way up top of the zone. Big shot there. Blocked by Kim. Kim tries to get it out. He can't. Top of the zone for Hometown. Another shot low. That's kicked wide. Back up top. Hometown walks it in. Another shot low. Loose puck, and it didn't get covered up by Crosby. And Hometown brings it back to 2-1. So Pillsbury's out of the box, and it's still for a minute 32. There's still a 1-man down for SDP. So 2-1 as the power play goal goes to Hometown. And Magnuson, Pillsbury. No, Sorensen shouldn't be out of the box. I don't know why they're taking him out of the box. Sorensen should go back to the box. The old ref is kind of confused because they took Pillsbury off the board, and so he saw that and be like, oh, there's only one penalty there. But they had already taken Charlie's penalty off as Hometown wins the faceoff. Hometown sends it deep. Chased after by Paskey. Paskey off the boards, held in. D-to-D for Hometown. Magnuson pressures. That puck deflected high up into the netting and a stoppage of play. So a minute 15 left on the Sorensen hook. 2-1 is your score. And Magnuson lines up for the faceoff. Faceoff controlled by Hometown. Another shot. Bouncing puck. Crosby covers. Magnuson can't get the draw. Hometown, another long shot. That goes wide to the boards. Pressured by Pillsbury. Down into the corner. Paskey goes after it. Paskey pushes it through. Paskey carries it out. Sends it down low. Chased after by Pillsbury. He'll get there first. Pillsbury battling for it. That goes in the corner. 40 seconds left on the Sorensen minor. Hometown brings it in. Big play there by Paskey as that gets stuffed behind the net. Hometown has it. They send it out, and it clears the zone. Hometown brings it in. They get it over off the bench, shot and score. The Hometown changes, and the second power play goal ties the game at 2. Face-off controlled by Hometown. Bodies are flying. Loose puck. Esser takes his player out. Crosby covers. Hometown shifting the momentum as they have a lot of pressure going into this end of the ice. Moan battles for it. He ties up around the boards. Down into the corner. Hometown looking to bring it out. Pressure by Sorensen. Gus Moan comes in. He's digging at it. Puck is still under bodies as Gill comes in. Down behind the net for Sorensen. Sorensen up the boards to Esser. That tips off of a Hometown player, and that will be a face-off. Should be outside the zone. It should be outside the zone. It hit their player, but that's fine. They're going to send it all the way back in, and we'll get a face-off. Matson, Kruger, Scherber, Kampa, Paskey take the defensive zone draw. Paskey carries it out. Paskey brings it in. Just dumps it behind the net. Chased after by Matson. He steals. Pushed off the puck. Kruger tried to get out front. Held in by Kampa. Kampa down low to Kruger. Just past him over to Matson. Matson tried to get it back to Kruger. It's in the corner. Hometown sends it up. And Kampa can't hold it in as Hometown deflects it and clears it out. Back check there and a block shot for Paskey. As now Kampa trying to carry it out. Stuck in skates, and now Matson has it. Matson up to Kruger. Kruger off the puck. Grabbed by Matson. He tries to shovel it over. Hometown clears it out. They bring it back in transition, and offside is the call, and the stoppage of play. Face off for SDP. Magnuson won it. Kohler lost sight of it, and it got sent back down low. Came up the boards to Kohler. Held in by Hometown. Centering pass broken up by Rath. Flips it over to Pillsbury, just out of his reach. That goes wide into the corner. Hometown collects. Off of Crosby's stick, right up front. Shot, loose puck into the corner. Not sure if it went through, but it deflected in the corner as Kohler battles for it. Back up top. Hometown, big slap shot. That's knocked down by a high stick. Rath touches it, and now it's out of the zone, chased after by Kohler, Into the skates of Magnuson. Offside as Pillsbury couldn't get it up fast enough, and a stoppage of play. So 8:52 to go in the second period. It's a 2-2 game with a face-off outside the offensive zone for SDP. Sorensen, Esser, Gill step on the ice with Kampa and Moan. Puck is loose. Sorensen has it. Tries to get around a couple. Tapped out of the zone. Just past Kampa. He collects for SDP. Up to Gill. Through his stick. Taps it in. Centering pass pressured by Esser. Sorensen holds. Gill has it. Gill takes the shot. That bounces into the corner, deflected off of a body as Esser pursues. Up to the half board, stuck there. Gill converges with Sorensen. Gill coming out. Gill gets hooked, no call. Tale of the weekend for SDP is just a lack of calls on obvious plays, as now SDP is going to take the penalty. So we're going to stoppage of play, and we're going to get a roughing call. Not sure if they're going to give it to Moan or they're going to give it to Sorensen. But somebody goes to the box, and another penalty kill for SDP. It looks like it's going to be Gus Moan, who heads to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking. And a big kill. Hometown has scored on their first 2 power plays, and Matson lines up for the faceoff. Hometown wins it. They dump it into the corner. Paskey chases after it. Up to the top of the zone, Matson. Matson blocked the shot. Paskey caught from behind, kicks it, just gets it out, up to Matson. Matson comes in transition. Matson comes in. Max shoots. Blocker save. Hometown turns it back. Kim sets it up. Shot blocked by Kim into the corner. Kim battling for it. Off of the boards as it's swung at by Kim. Paskey collects. Paskey chips around, can't get by his player. Centering pass knocked away by Kim. Kim skates it out. He goes around. Logan Kim gets held. He gets held again. He gets stood up right there to Kruger. Kruger shoots, that goes wide. Stolen back by Kim. Kim shovels the backhand into the corner. Kruger bumps his player. Hometown looking to bring it out. Paskey breaks up that rush. It goes into the corner. Kruger comes out of it. He can't get it out. Paskey has it. He chips it out. Sent back in. Kruger grabs it again. He gets taken on. Finally a call as Kruger gets dumped. And we'll get an offensive zone faceoff for SDP. 4-on-4 hockey as they send out. They're sending out the St. Michael boys of Scherber and Magnuson to start off the 4-on-4 with Rath and Campa. Down in the corner for Magnuson. He battles for it. Pushes it to Scherber. Scherber tried to get around. He gets it in the corner. Still stuck there. That puck off of a skate goes over into to the side of the rink. Stolen by Magnuson just off his stick as that puck is loose. Hometown brings it in. Rath puts pressure. He stops and starts. Big shot as that save by Crosby as it goes behind the net. Off the boards as that's flipped all the way up. Can't get out of the zone as Hometown keeps it in. Their shot blocked by Scherber. Campa has it. Campa over to Rath. Up to Kohler. Kohler circles back. He loses it. Passes it to Rath. SDP needs to get some north-south movement. They get it back to Kohler. Kohler brings it in. Takes the shot, blockered into the corner. Magnuson off of his stick. Pillsbury has it. Pillsbury takes a shot. Loose puck, rebound, cleared away by Hometown. Held in by Rath. He slams it back down low. Magnuson in the corner. Centers it to Pillsbury. Quick shot. Magnuson can't jam it home. Magnuson regains control. He walks it through. Magnuson shoots and scores! Noah Magnuson gets the goal, and SDP regains the lead. It's a power play goal for Magnuson. 3-2 is your score. So Magnuson from Pillsbury at the 4:56 mark, and SDP regains the lead. So another special teams goal here in St. Louis Park as that gets sent all the way down by Sorensen, chased down by Paskey. Esser, all the way up, off of Sorensen's stick. He races for it. Big battle, Sorensen wins. Sorensen takes a shot, glove down as Gill flies in. So Magnuson knows how to thread a needle. That's his second short angle goal of the tournament. And Sorensen wins the faceoff, is kicked around. Hometown comes out with it. Hometown brings it in. Around Paskey. They shoot. Saved by Crosby. Madsen, Kruger, Scherber hop on. Paskey and Kim on defense. Madsen lines up for the draw. Pushed up. Hometown in their skates. Scherber knocks it up. Can he get there? He does, offside if he touches it, and he does. And we're going to get a stoppage of play. So that was close. Kruger got just in probably a skate length too quickly. And SDP goes for a change of defense, keeps the forwards out there. Madsen pushes it to himself in skates. Madsen has it. He takes the shot. That blocked into the ankle of the hometown player. Held in by Scherber. Scherber down into the corner for Kruger. Kruger pinned against the boards. Scherber can't get there. Kruger tied up. Hometown looking to skate it out. Pushed in the corner by Moan. He's battling for it. Down behind Crosby. Rath chases after it. Rath hits the brakes, sends it around. Scherber gets there as is jammed out of the zone and pressured by Kruger. Hometown looking to bring it back in transition. Around a couple of players, they get an angle. Hometown gets the wraparound as Crosby got out of position, and Hometown knocks it back up to 3. So Crosby overcommitted, and Hometown was able to wrap it around, and it's back 3 apiece. 3:20 to go in the second period. Pushed ahead by Kohler. It's in his stick. Pillsbury bouncer. Pillsbury gets it. Can he get there? Pillsbury gets hauled down. Not a single call happening. And puck is jammed loose. And this is just embarrassing for the refs. We got to make some calls here, boys. You can't get hauled down chasing for the puck. That's a hook. It's an interference. It's everything. We got to get some calls here. Puck is loose. Pillsbury gets it into the corner. Down behind the net. Hometown looking to get it out. Magnuson touches it. Tapped out by Pillsbury out of the zone as Kampa has it. Kampa back over to Magnuson. Magnuson back to Kampa. Kampa brings it in. He's pushed around. Centering pass right to Pillsbury off of a skate. And now Hometown can get out there. Paskey has speed. Off of Paskey's skate. And Magnuson sends it back down low. Chased after by Pillsbury. Around the boards. Hometown trying to clear it out. Kohler catches him. It's flipped out. Kampa grabs it. Over to Kim. Kim into the zone. Kim, low shot. Hometown collects the rebound. Chased down by Pillsbury as Hometown pushes it into the zone. Sorensen gets it. That's tipped out. There shouldn't be any icing. It was tipped. It looks like they wave it off as SDP was going for a change, thinking the whistle was going to get blown. And Gill holds it into the zone. He gets bumped into the boards. Hometown digs it out. 1:45 left in the second period. Sorensen ties up his player. Gill battles for it. Gill wins that battle. Underneath him, Esser is there. Trying to keep it in is Rath. Rath battling in front of the SDP bench. Gill trying to get there. Rath controls. Rath skates through. Rath comes in. Cole Rath gets pushed around just out of reach of Esser. Hometown carrying it out as they get it into the zone. Caught by Rath. Great play by Cole on the back check with a minute to go. Down low. Gill trying to get it out. He can't. Sorensen jams at it. Gill finally pushes it to center ice. Esser pressures. Kim flies in. Kim's helmet almost popped off as he goes back on his backside again. Hometown looking to get it back out. And Matson now off the bench has it with 37 seconds. Max Matson had his steam. He brings it in. He gets around. Hometown spills. Max with the hand. Max scores! Max Matson gets the goal. 27.8 seconds to go. He takes it himself, and SDP goes up 4-3. Matson unassisted with 27.8 seconds to go. It is a back and forth battle. Max saw his opportunity. He took it and got the puck buried in. Face-off controlled by Hometown as they send it low. Chase after by Moan. Down low in the corner. Hometown gets there first. Battle with Kruger. Hometown has it. They take a shot gloved away by Crosby. Scherber flips it high up. Bouncing puck. Knocked down by Hometown. They send it around. 3 seconds on the clock. They're going to get one more opportunity. They go across, and it's a shot that goes wide. And after 2 periods, SDP 4, Hometown 3. 15 minutes left, and we will see who goes on. SDP has to win the game. They cannot tie. If they tie, Hometown goes on. Because Hometown right now has 3 points. SDP only has 2. So SDP has to win. I would not be surprised if we get to a situation where it's a close game, if it's a 1-goal game, where Hometown pulls it to try to get to the tie, knowing that they just need it. So we will be back. Heart racing action from St. Louis Park coming up next. That's sent all the way out. Not really sure what happened there. Thanks for by Paul coming in to saying that I'm muted. And now we got audio back with Cole battling at center ice. Gill in Cole's skates. Up the boards. Sorensen chases after it. Sorensen, he wins the battle. He gets hauled down. Kruger off the bench. Into the zone for hometown. Broken up there by Rath. Shot, deflected. Puck is loose in some skates. Kampa battling for it. Kampa wins the battle up the boards to Esser. Esser gets it out. Still digging at it. Sorensen sends it all the way in, and an icing call. And with 6:33 to go in the third period, we have a defensive zone faceoff. 4-3 is your score. Matson, Kruger, Kampa, Scherber, Paskey take the draw. Matson wins it to Kampa. Kampa up the boards. Kruger has it. He flips it out to Scherber in his skates. Pushed ahead. Hometown regains control. Slides off their stick, but Paskey grabs it. Paskey spins up the boards. Max Matson controls. Gets out of reach of Kruger. Down into the hometown zone. Just through some players as Kampa looks to flip it in. He does, just past Scherber. Hometown flips it out. Kampa grabs it for SDP. Up to Kruger. Shoved back down. Paskey jams onto the boards as Kruger looks to bring it in. He kicks it to himself. Carson Kruger going after it. He dives. The goalie comes out. And we get a stoppage of play. 5.5 to go. And an offensive zone faceoff. Magnuson, Pillsbury, Kohler, Kim, and Rath take the draw. Puck is loose. Kohler has it. He just shovels it into the corner. Chased after by Pillsbury. Reversed to the other side by hometown as they clear it out. Rath flips it back in. So an unforced error there by SDP sends the puck all the way down into the defensive zone. And we have a face-off. Same 5 on for SDP. Juke there by hometown. They go across, loose puck. Controlled by Kim. Kim flips it up, and he has Kohler. Kane Kohler comes in on the break. Kohler shoots. Kohler scores! Kane Kohler gets the goal, and SDP goes up by 2. Kohler from Kim, and it's a 5-3 game with 4:57 to go. So a great play by Kim springs Kohler, and we have the ensuing face-off with Magnuson at the draw. In the skates, it's under Magnuson. Bodies are flying. Kicked there by Kohler, and that's in the zone for hometown. They bring it through. Their shot blocked, knocked away. Can't be cleared out by Kohler. Over to the other side. Hometown jams it low. Behind the net for Kim. Kim taps it over to Pillsbury. Pillsbury just sends it out. Had Kohler streaking again and is sent back in by hometown. Cole Rath. He has it. He spins. Sends it up to Pillsbury. Can't get it out of the zone. Interference is a non-call there as that puck is bouncing into Kohler's body. Down low in the corner. Logan Kim has it. Kim sends it up to Magnuson, and Magnuson has it. Noah Magnuson shoots. That goes wide SDP goes for a change. Is that rimmed all the way around and is pressured there as it's turned back to Kim. Kim back to Magnuson. Magnuson has it again. He slows up. Magnuson walks in. Across, right over to Esser, and Eli Esser scores! Esser gets the goal, and it's a 3-goal lead for SDP. So Esser from Magnuson and Kim, and it's an onslaught for SDP as they extend the lead to 3. Eli Esser gets the feed from Magnuson, and he just sort of gifted it into the net. Just said, go, puck. And it went in as Sorensen takes the drop. In some skates. Hometown pushing around. They get it in. Over around Moan. He jams it into the corner. Sorensen puts pressure. I'll be interested to see now if Hometown pulls the goalie, because Hometown can tie. If Hometown ties, they move on. And so I'm surprised they haven't yet, as Esser sends it up above the goalie behind the net. Sorensen jams at it. Esser pushes it up to Kampa. Kampa flips it down low. 3 minutes left. Sorensen in the corner. That's a loose puck, Janda, and Sorensen scores! That is a big blunder by Hometown, and Sorensen jumped on it, and it's a 7-3 game. So Sorensen unassisted, and it is an onslaught for SDP. A back-and-forth game just got ripped wide open with 3 goals in the last 90 seconds for SDP. Face-off controlled by SDP. Paskey jamming at it. He gets tied up. Hometown brings it in. Pressured by Scherber. Paskey drives through. Luke Paskey has it. He carries it up. Paskey, he gets around. He stops. Dances in the corner. Stripped off of his stick. Matson fires it in. An almost blunder again by Hometown as they cut right by their net and they bring it out. Paskey pushes wide. Hometown wraps around. They're looking for some support. Knocked away by Kim. Kim has it. He brings it up. Logan Kim comes in. Over to Kruger on his stick. Kruger shoots and Kruger scores! 8-3, and that will do it. A decisive win for SDP, and Kruger gets the goal from Kim. And now it's a matter of ticking the clock down. 1:53. Let's see if we can keep the emotions in check. We've seen some physicality and obviously a frustrated Hometown team as Cole brings it in. Kane Kohler, he just takes both out himself. And Charlie Pillsbury gets after in the corner. Pillsbury gets hawked down on his belly. He's still fighting for it. Magnuson has it. Up the boards to Moan. Moan rips his shot. Almost to Kohler on the back door. Jammed up the boards, out of the zone. Cole Rath collects. 1:20 left to go. Rath brings it in. Rath has it. He tried to center, stolen by Hometown. Knocked away by Moan. Magnuson pushes it in the corner. Cole bumps. Kane Kohler bumps, excuse me. Kohler pushes it towards the boards. Rath grabs his player. Behind the net. Cole Rath has it. Sends it up to Pillsbury. He jams it out of the zone. Hometown sends it back. Moan behind the net. Turned over to Hometown. Up the boards. They have it right in front of us. That shot deflected, saved by Crosby. Rath tries to spring Kohler, and that will get a stoppage of play with 20 seconds to go. So what had been a nail-biting, heart-pounding game just completely disappears with an onslaught by SDP. So SDP heads to the championship game tomorrow. They will play the Dusty Tooks, and we're not going to get a call there. Like, that's just, like, come on, dude. We got to get a call. He just takes a nice elbow right to the chest, and there's no call by the ref. Sorensen, he's up, but we got to get back. So with 13 seconds to go, they're not going to call the penalty. And Sorensen heads to the bench as Magnuson takes his spot. Pushes it forward. Paskey has it. Paskey just needs to get it in. And Hometown makes one last push. Slot that by Magnuson. And that will do it here from St. Louis Park. SDP 8. Hometown 3. SDP heads to the finals. We will be back in action tomorrow as SDP takes on the Dusty Toots for a rematch of yesterday's game and a chance to take the title. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Apologize for the gross stream. I know it was awful. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.